If you've been trying to figure out what your transferable skills are so you can apply them to a new, better career, slow down. You may have much bigger problems than not knowing what your transferable skills are. Let's save you some trouble. I'm Laura Sims. I help people choose and start the right meaningful career, even if they've been trying to figure it out for years. In this video, you'll learn the 3 biggest mistakes career changers make around their transferable skills, so you don't end up in another career you don't like. Mistake number 1, you think, if I just know my transferable skills, I'll know the right career. False. It's not that transferable skills don't matter, but they're only part of the equation when it comes to choosing the right career. When you over-focus on your skills, you end up applying for the same kind of jobs you've already had and know you don't want. Then you end up in interviews for the kinds of jobs you've already had and know you don't want. It ends up being a very time-consuming and frustrating process. Instead, what you need is a holistic strategy for choosing the right kind of work that will include your skills. It'll also include your sense of purpose and how you want to make a contribution, the strengths that you're using, those things that come naturally to you, the kind of money that you want to make, the kind of work environment that you want to be in, the life you want outside of work. All of those contribute to making the right choice. And in that way, you won't just keep on applying for the same old stuff you know you don't want. You will really run into this problem if you work with the wrong kind of career professional at the wrong stage of your career change timeline. So I have a whole other video about this, about who to hire when, so go check that out when you're done here. But short story, if you aren't clear on what you want to do, and you go to a resume writer to help you get a job, what they're going to do is look at your current resume and then optimize your new resume to get you more of the same. So unless you want more of the same, you need to take a holistic approach to figure out what you want to get, what you want to give, and go from there. This is what I do with all my clients. If you want to see the exact process that's working for them, you can go check out my free training. Mistake number 2, you think you don't have enough skills. My skills are too niche. My skills are too general. Maybe I need to go back to school to add more skills. You most likely do not have a skills problem. It is much more likely that you have a criteria problem, which means you don't know how to choose a meaningful career because you don't actually know what would be fulfilling for you. If you've been brainstorming job titles, if you've been hyper-focused on what career can I turn this skill into without getting down into the substance and circumstances of the work, this will ring especially true. If you keep applying for jobs you don't want, if you start and abandon business ideas, if you change your mind about what you think you want to do over and over and over again, then for sure you have a criteria problem. So before you go off and acquire more skills, and I'm looking at you, people who think you need to go back to school or take a certificate program or do some kind of boot camp, you want to make sure you have the criteria with which to choose a career. Then, once you're certain you know what you want to do, and you're certain that that thing will require additional skills, then you can look into filling any skills gaps with additional training and education. So remember this, skill acquisition is for people who know what they want to do, not for people who are trying to figure out what they want to do. Mistake number 3, you overlook your inherent skills. When you think of skills, most folks exclusively think of their formal education, their book learning, and the skills they are using in the role they have right now. And if you don't like the job you have right now, you may be using all kinds of skills you don't want to keep using, things that feel unnatural to you, things that actually make you feel kind of incompetent. Or maybe you're really amazing at these things, but they completely drain you. So it's not going to help to identify transferable skills if the skills are part of what's making you miserable. Also need to know your inherent skills. What are those things that are so inherent to who you are and how you operate that you're going to do them no matter where we put you? So let's make sure we're putting you in roles and industries and environments where that thing is celebrated and rewarded and valued. If you want work that feels like a natural extension of yourself, this is one of the secret ingredients to figuring it out. But this can be hard to do because your inherent skills come so naturally to you, sometimes you forget they're there, or you assume, gosh, doesn't everyone do this? Or most insidious, you think that because it comes naturally to you, you don't deserve to be paid for it, and that you should only be paid when you're struggling and breaking a sweat. This is another reason that your skills alone are not the cornerstone to choosing the right career. You've also got to adjust your relationship to work, or you will continue to repeat old patterns. Listing your transferable skills won't save you from that. If you're ready to stop hyper-focusing on skills and learn a more holistic approach to open up new career ideas, then go check out that free training. I will see you in the free training. Guarantee you'll learn something new about how to choose the meaningful career that's right for you.